Guys, I think I finally found a car I can drive because it has wheels on the bumpers.
Welcome to CK4RC.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chaz. This is CK4RC. This is a cool buggy shirt from Only RCs. Go to there, use my discount code down in the description, save some money. Whatever. It's not often we get to introduce a new style of car to the RC hobby. Now, what I mean by that is, yes, this very much looks like the Tamiya style mini 4x4 car, and that is very much what it is modeled after. However, Xotik XC324 has taken the mini 4x4 to a whole different level, and they have made it radio controlled. How about that, huh? So, they were generous enough to send me two different models of these. We've got the Manga Spirit right here with the red theme with red tires. That's pretty cool. Red rubber tires. And then we've got Diesel Thunder because I'm an American and we love trucks. I don't think they designed that for me specifically for that reason, but it is a semi-truck based Diesel Thunder mini 4x4 RC. So that's pretty awesome. Now, when I first saw these, probably about a month ago, I was curious about them because the mini 4x4s, there's not much of a scene for them here where I am. Now I know overseas, massive scene. I know in certain little pockets of the US, there's also scenes there as well. But where I am here in Indiana, not so much of a mini 4x4 scene. But, like I said, you can take these things off the track and drive them like a regular RC. So, when I saw that, I had to learn more. And I looked up Xotik to figure out what the story is behind their brand. Well, they started developing these back in 2018 was when they started putting the first prototype together. 2020, they started production. And then just recently here, the end of 2025 and the beginning of 2026, I've started to see them pop up on various YouTube channels. So I think that they're finally starting to find their audience, and hopefully so, because these things look really cool. So, with all of that, we're going to get into these things. Like I said, they were generous enough to send me two of them. They also sent me some spare parts as well. There's a servo in here. There's more gearing in here. I think there's like some chassis braces in here. So they were very generous with the sponsorship of this video. And when I got these, I started looking into some other things. And I've got something that I need to go put together real quick so we can test these things. So I'm going to go get busy doing that, and then we're going to break these things open, and then we're going to run them around. That's what we do in these videos. So let's get going. Let's go ahead and get a good look at the packaging here. So we are looking at the 1/32 scale radio-controlled racer from Xotik RC. Now this is a 32 scale, in case I didn't already just say that about 30 seconds ago. Maybe 32 seconds ago. Ha! That's dumb. It's got proportional steering. It has a 130 size brushed motor, built-in rechargeable LiPo battery. Obviously the bumper with the wheels on there, and it's got a cam lock body mount. So that little body mount right there, you just turn that, and then the body just kind of pops up, and you can slide it right off. The XC324 ready to run chassis. It's got the factory decorated lightweight body. Optional tuning steering tie rods, so you can make some adjustments to the kind of performance there. And of course it comes with a USB charger, because what doesn't come with a USB charger? You know what I mean? And it's also got proportional throttle with adjustable drag brake. That's pretty cool. And then the digital steering trim on the transmitter as well. So that's not a bad little setup either. All right, now let's get this thing open and out of this box. Oh, this thing's cool. It's a little loosey-goosey in here. I don't think it's supposed to be all loosey-goosey like that. Oh, that looks good. Oh man, that looks good. Ooh, these little rollers on the bumpers, these things spin really freely. Now, I don't have any experience with the mini 4x4 type vehicles, but this seems really nice. And then here's that cam locking body mount. Like I said, you just kind of spin that to where it's up and down, and then it slides right off. And then there you go. Your body pops right off. You've got a 3-wire servo right here. So if you need to replace the servo, and then here is that adjustable tie rod. So this one, it comes installed. I think you can see the 0 right there. And then it comes with a +1 and a -1, so that way you can adjust kind of like your toe in or your toe out. And that'll just kind of help with some of your drivability. To get it back on, it's got this little thing right here, and that just slips right in the front. Am I doing it backwards? Yeah, I think I'm doing it backwards. So yeah, it just goes right there like that, and then right there lines up in the back. And the cam goes right back on top. My big old fingers aren't lining it up very good. There, and then spin it 90 degrees, lock it in place. It's good to go. Tiny little bit of suspension here in the front, nothing in the rear, but just a super tiny little bit on the front tires. So that should just kind of help absorb a little bit of bumps. I mean, these things aren't off-roaders, obviously, but if you're running on like a carpet track or something, it'll just kind of help absorb, you know, little lint balls and stuff like that if you might roll over something without throwing you completely off track. So there is the Diesel Thunder. Now let's see. Of course, more tape. Why not? Why not have extra tape? All right, there we go. And here is the transmitter. Well, they've got it hermetically sealed for your safety. I kind of like the design of this thing. So it's pretty simple. I mean, there's nothing like tricky or fancy to it. You've got your power button. Push it down, it's on. Push it up, it's off. There's your steering trim. You've got this drop wheel with a foam wheel. I like that. And yes, for the YouTubers out there, you can steer one-handed. The throw feels pretty good. This is actually pretty nice. I'm liking this. There's a little thing right here on the back. I'm not sure how to get that open though. I'm definitely doing something wrong. All right, well, I'll get like a little screwdriver or something and push this little tab in, and then you can see right here there's a little hinge, so that bottom part just kind of drops open, and you stick your 4 AA batteries up there in the grip, the pistol grip, and that's not a bad transfer. I kind of like the way that feels. It's nothing fancy, but it feels pretty nice. So that's cool. I'll take that. And then, of course, you've got instruction manuals, because everything has instruction manuals. And I'm assuming this, I mean, it's just more tape, so that's cool. I'm assuming this is just the USB charger. Oh, yep, and the adjustable tie rods. So, yep, that's what is in that box. So there we go. And then the Manga Spirit will be the same thing, except it's the Manga Spirit instead of the Diesel Thunder. This thing's cool, man. And look, it's got like the little fifth wheel design back here on the body. That's pretty awesome. So, all right, I'm pumped to get these things out and let them rip. Let's get these batteries charged up and get the track finished up and then get them going. So if you've ever looked into Tamiya Mini 4x4 style track, you'll know that it is super expensive. But something that I recently learned from Adventure Time RC was there were some brands back in the 80s that created essentially the exact same track for a much lower price. And looky here, from Hasbro, Record Breakers World of Speed. They had 2 different versions. There's this oval raceway system, and then they also had a figure 8. And somehow I have managed to score both of them, which means that I can set up quite a track for these little RCs. But we will see how much space I can actually afford to use, and we'll go from there. So let me get a track set up, and then we're going to give these little exotic RCs a big time rip. Now, we are powered up, and if there is one thing we know in Indianapolis, it's how to go fast and turn left. So yes, I do have a more exciting track setup that I could do, but I live in Indy, and we're all about oval racing. Now let's see what this thing is capable of. I'm not even going to steer. You know what? This is my kind of RC right here, because all I have to do is give it throttle, and it does everything else. I don't have to steer at all. Oh, look at that. Nice lane change right there. That was smooth. All right, let's bump up the speed a little bit here. Can we go full out? There's full beans right there. And we are going quick. We're talking lap times in the 2s. I don't know what they are, but they're fast. And look how smooth that lane change is. And I'm not even steering. I'm just holding down. I've got it pegged right there. And across the line. Okay, that was so much fun. Yeah, I've got some boots over there, whatever. All right, now the only thing that's gonna make this more fun is adding a second one. So let me get to that. What's better than one race car? Well, of course, 2. So I've got my buddy over here, CK number 4. We're gonna give these guys a rip. Let me get my controller positioned. Are you ready, bud?
Yeah.
All right, so he is running the Diesel Thunder, Big Daddy Diesel Thunder over here, and I've got Manga Spirit. So we are going to give him a rip in 3, 2, wait till I say go, 1, go. Oh, I am all over you, buddy. I am about to eat your lunch. All right, there we go. Oh, nice.
Oh!
All right, so that first wipeout took a toll on my steering. It is over here, just all out of alignment. I've tried to mess with the alignment, and it'll do stuff, but it won't go back to straight. I can still turn it, but I can't get it to completely straighten out. That is as good as it gets. And so now also, I think my motor, my pinion gear is probably not lined up with the spur gear, is my guess. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to take some stuff apart and take a look. But Big Daddy Diesel Thunder's still ready to rip. Oh no! I didn't think that through. All right, I removed 5 total screws, took off a few plastic pieces there, and got access to the motor, and it was the pinion gear had just slid down on the motor shaft. So I just pulled that out and got a little bit more space. It is meshed back up now. So we are good to go. I'm gonna get this put back together and we will be back racing. While I was at it, I decided to go ahead and remove 2 more screws and get access to the servo so I could get that lined back up, so that way my steering will be centered back up. And that's it. This thing is surprisingly simple, and all of the screws are the same size, so you don't have to worry about which screw goes where. That has nothing to do with this car, so just ignore that stuff. But these things are really simple to work on. They're not complicated at all, and this has taken me like 5 minutes, so super fast and super easy. Well, it's dark outside, which means we're going to be racing under the lights. We've got CK number 3 and CK number 4 in bed, which leaves me and Mrs. CK ready to play with some RCs, and we're gonna have some exotic RC racing action. So I gave Mrs. CK4 first dibs on which rig she wants, and of course she went with Diesel Thunder because that one is just a favorite in this household. And it also has the camera set up, which leaves me with Manga Spirit. So I'll be ripping that thing around, and here's a look at our track. We're just gonna do a simple little oval race in here around Croc Corner, through the back stretch over here, around Boot Scootin' Bend, back across the home stretch. We're gonna do 5 laps and see who comes across in first place. I have a feeling I know who it's gonna be. Let's see. All right, 5 laps, 3 laps. We're not gonna hit the jumps. The last 2 laps, you gotta hit the jumps. Are you ready?
I guess so.
In 3, 2, 1, green flag. Well, I'm about to lap you. Come on, Miss Daisy. All right, I'm on lap 3. Really? Come on, you gotta drive.
I'm trying to think of how to go.
Oh no! Really? Come on, you gotta drive.
I'm trying to think of how to go.
Oh no! Okay, now I gotta start hitting the jumps. Oh,
Stop.
me too. All right, 5 laps. Are you ready?
Ready?
In 3, 2, 1, green flag. Oh, boot scooting Ben got me messed up over there. Oh, you're lapped. 3. Lap 4, I'm coming for you. Ah, I lapped you 2 times. Now I'm on my victory lap.
I can't even go the right direction.
I'm gonna start doing figure 8s now.
I need to at least get 1 lap done before you finish.
No, I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
I've been done. That's why I'm doing figure 8s now. Now it's just a demolition derby.
Shoot.
No, I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
Well, these exotic 30-second scale mini 4x4-ish RC cars are pretty awesome. Definitely versatile. Running these things on the Tamiya style mini 4x4 track, these things, all right, listen, they're not going to compete with a Tamiya mini 4x4. Those things are built and decked out. But these things can run on those tracks, and that's fun by itself. So that's pretty cool. And then if you don't happen to have a Tamiya mini 4x4 style track available, just drive it wherever you've got. We just ran it in a tiny little oval track that we just set up with my boots and my Crocs. And we had a good time. Mrs. CK didn't have nearly as much fun as me, but I had a blast. So that's it. Diesel Thunder, this thing's awesome. Manga Spirit, if you're into Japanese style animation, that's cool too. If you're into like the Japanese car culture scene, then that's got some styling for you as well. That's pretty awesome. Now, as is, the Diesel Thunder is my favorite for now. Xotik is so cool. Not only did they send these to me, I ordered some extra parts because I like to support companies that support me. And so I ordered some extra parts, didn't ask for anything. They caught the order on their end and emailed me and was like, we're going to refund you and send you the parts. And I was like, but that wasn't the deal. I wanted some extra parts. So I have some extra parts from Xotik to dress this thing up a little bit and do maybe a little bit of hop-ups. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to doing that. Now, the pros and the cons with these things, the goods and the bads, as I call them. The goods, like I said, it's the versatility. The size with these things, you can race them around practically anywhere. And the ease to work on them. They're so simple. Yes, it's kind of Phillips hardware, and that's not the best for the RC hobby. But the simplicity of these things, it just kind of works. So a little bit of a drawback with the type of hardware, but a big pro is the simplicity to work on these things. Now, as far as the bads go, they could be a little faster. For zipping around freestyle, they've got some good speed, and depending on the surface, they'll break loose for you for sure. But if you want to race them on a mini 4x4 style track, they could use some more speed. So maybe some hop-up high-speed motors would be nice. I don't think that those are available. So even if they don't come stock with those, but just having those available for aftermarket purchase, I think that would be a nice touch. Also, there's no suspension on these things at all. And, well, a tiny little bit on the front. And if you're running on a mini off-road course or mini 4x4 course, that's okay. But if you're driving around and you've got some uneven surfaces, it just makes the handling more difficult. So a little bit of suspension would go a long way. Another thing that I would like to see different is the charging port. So that little port right there on the bottom, that is where you stick the charger in. And it's not universal, and it's kind of finicky. It's not super tight, and the USB chargers themselves, you kind of have to use them because of this port. They don't light up properly, so I think they're supposed to light up when you plug them in until they're charged. Mine don't do that. And so I waited to see if maybe the light comes on when the charging is done. I don't think that's the case either. So not crazy about the charging. Some suspension on these would go a long way. Other than that, that's about it. These things are so much fun. So would I recommend them? Yeah, if you're looking for a fun, different style RC, these things are great. And I've got to show some appreciation to Xotik because, like I said, they were willing to work with me. They sent me both of these vehicles and a whole separate order that I made with different tires. And I don't want to give too much away because there's more videos coming with these things. I'm going to put these things to work. So that's something to look forward to, but that's all I've got for today. In the meantime, hit that quadfecta for me before you go. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Keep doing RC stuff, and I'll see you next time. Big time thank you to my members and channel partners, and if you would like to join the ranks, click on that join button for exclusive content, never before seen videos, early access to videos, and other exclusive content, pictures, polls, and having an active voice in what comes next on the channel. So appreciate the support, click on that join button, and thank you so much to the channel members.